Hi.
Hello.
Evening, ladies.
I think it goes the wrong way. Look at this glam one. This glam one.
Don't get to see this very often, do you?
Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
You all right?
Are you impressed I've made an effort for you?
You look gorgeous. Yeah, I love it when you make an effort for me.
It's great makeup and very dodgy lighting.
Ah. Hey, Teresa.
Hi. Right, ladies, if you've not seen us on StreamYard before, if you're on Facebook, at the top of the post is a thing that says, show us your name. Because if not, you just come up as Facebook user and we don't know who you are.
Yeah, we've got 2 Facebook users. Hi, both, with some lovely hearts. Whoever you are, please let us know who you are. And
I'll
somebody said, hi.
That's Katie.
So who's this one?
Which one have we got? Don't know. It's already gone off my screen. It's too many people.
Thanks, Teresa.
Oh, I'm going on my phone instead.
Donna.
Gemma thinks we're beauts, but you need to tell us who you are, ladies.
Yeah, let us know. Lots and lots of highs. Right. I'm sure many people are going to be coming on and joining us across the next few minutes, I guess. I'm going to let people settle in. Yeah, it's Jenna.
Just at the top, literally scroll up, Jenna.
The text is with the post.
Hey, Joanne. Whoever says, can we see you? No.
I don't know who you are. Evening, Laura.
Kim.
Hey.
Hey, we can see you. You've done the thing.
Hey. Right. As a few other people are going to be joining us, I'll try and keep up with these. Evening,
Laura, go and show us the name at the top. That's Laura.
Is that Laura? Are you checking on the Facebook group? Evening, Net. Hello, my dear. Hi. Fabulous. Well, welcome everybody to September 2020's Best Life Bootcamp. Woo!
It feels like this has been ages coming.
It does, doesn't it? Yay! I take it that's Yvonne.
That's Yvonne. Yvonne, at the top of this post, show us so we can see your names. We can't see it on
in New Zealand. That's why it's morning.
Hey,
Marie. I'm not sure who this one is, but hello.
Hello, Stacey.
Kim's asking, do we do it on laptop or phone?
Either at the top of this post, there's literally, I'm a laptopper. But either way, there's a link to click at the top of this post. Yay, Laura did it. So she clicked her StreamYard.
Yeah, whoever this is, do the same, please.
First timer. Helen. Hi, Helen.
So, big welcome to September 2020's Best Life Bootcamp. This is always our favouriteest one of the year. I don't know why. Because
we're so excited to just start our life again from this point of the year. Hi, Paula.
Yeah, there's something about September, isn't it? Especially, I think, if you've got ankle biters, it's the time where you fling them off back to school, or, I don't know, maybe you've come back from summer holidays if you're not a parent and you're kind of like, right, it's time to get back to it, and there's 4 months of the year left. I think my daughter told me the other day, Mum, do you know there's only 17 Fridays till Christmas? I was like, oh, get stuffed, will you? I don't want to know that kind of information. Hey, Emma. Hello, don't know who that is. Press the thingy above.
Krista and Hannah.
Roxy can see them all on Facebook, you see.
I have to keep flicking back.
I've got too much tech to control here for tonight.
No.
So, yes, big warm welcome. And we've done a Best Life Bootcamp revamp this September. We've decided to do things a little bit differently because I know a number of you come back and do bootcamp time and time again. Even our members in the members club, they do bootcamp with us, even though they've got access to everything all of the time. They just love the bootcamp vibe.
It's like a proper reset almost. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, we've got kids still awake. We'll try not to swear.
Yes, Hannah, it works.
Hey, Claire. Yeah, we're only for Christmas mentioning.
Hi, Sasha, click your name on the StreamYard thing.
Cool. So, yes, big warm welcome. Let's get things underway. I'm showing you everything we've got tonight because I've been super techie wecky and got everything sorted. So we've got slides on here and everything. Can you see that? Can you see it?
Look how cool we look. Hey, Lara.
I've got to find my cursor though now, and it comes onto this other screen. Haven't I?
Joe's got like screens behind screens going on.
There we go. Look, I found it.
We can see you now, Kim.
I've got a little blue dot happening on there now.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. So yes, let's kick things off. I know a number of you are quite familiar with us anyway, but we've got lots of new faces that have come into the group, into Best Life Bootcamp this time round. Let me just catch up with a few of these. Oh, I'm going to have to come back with my little mouse, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim, you're done.
I've told her.
Hey, Lara. Been for a swim with Lara this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, Paula's one of our members, but she's fully fledged, but loves it.
Did we not do boot camp last time, Paula? Maybe not. Yes, we can, Jenna.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yes, Yvonne.
Yeah. Thanks, Katie. Oh, it's Donna's first boot camp.
We didn't do it last time either. How are you?
Oh, there you go. But yes, if you haven't really spent much time with us before, then a big hello, a big warm welcome. I hope you've settled into the group reasonably well over the last week or so.
Hi, John.
Newbie. Good evening, my dear. But we're Jodes and Roxy. We've put the labels on so you can tell which one.
What, because we look so alike, just in case?
Well, do you know what? Maybe to people who don't know us, at a quick glance, we might.
Might we? You keep telling yourself that.
Apart from the fact that you love it that you're a bit younger than me, then that's it, really. That's it. Laura Brown's first big boot camp too.
Okay. Well, actually, some people have kind of been through boot camp, but we gave it a bit of a swizzly name last time. Swizzly.
A swizzly name.
Didn't we? We made it a little bit different last time.
We did.
Anyway, hey, Kim. That's Kim at the bottom. Tell us your name at the top, Kim. Oh, Sasha says her name now.
There she is.
Yeah.
Good evening, Sasha. And Rebecca's first one too. Do you know what? Don't be scared, everybody else, about these lot wearing their padded trousers. They pay to get their asses kicked. At some point, if you really want to. But anyway, yes, we're Jodes and Roxy. We are, first and foremost, we are women who want more. We love that hashtag. We're women who want more. That is why this whole thing exists. And we want to help other women do the same. So we founded Ladies Life Lounge together about 18 months ago. And we're kind of on a bit of a mission. You know, as women who want more, we want to get out there and create a big, guilt-free army of women living their best lives. Obviously, that's where Best Life Bootcamp has been born. We want to see lots of women, number one, putting themselves first. So first round of applause for taking time out for yourself tonight. I hope you haven't got little monkeys hanging off the back of your head and all kinds. You know, being a bit silly.
You have.
But we want to help you live the happy, fulfilling and successful life that you deserve. There we go. We've got a couple more. First boot campers. Yeah, it was Meltdown to Marvellous that we did for lockdown. Oh, look, Anthony, we're highly recommended. She's looking forward to the weekend. Yeah. You do not need to be sorry.
Sally. That's our Sally. Sally, click the link in the top so StreamYard can see who you are. I missed who my first boot camp user was. You've gone off screen too fast.
Has it gone too fast for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hannah said, wow, 18 months already. Thank you, my love. That's nice to hear. Karen's a newbie too. She can't wait.
Can't you guess this one? I could guess this without looking.
Yes, Kim. Yes.
Well done. Can't you guess the blondness quote?
I was going to invite you all to say hi and let us know who you were, kind of where you've come from. But I'm delighted to see that everyone's just like, I'm here. No one's being shy and hiding. Well, if you are, please do pop in to the comments and say hi and let us know that you're here. And also, if you're willing to share, what's kind of brought you to boot camp? Because the more we know about you, the more we will be able to help you. So it's an interesting one, this one. Yes, we want to create this guilt-free army of women, but we're kind of also on a bit of an equality mission still. I know a lot's changed in the last 100 years around helping women to become, a bit more balanced in terms of gender equality, but we've still got a massive long way to go. And we're kind of in the place of being a bit sick to the back teeth of women being judged for what they look like, as if they've got nothing else to offer. And obviously, we're going to get on our soapbox a little bit about that later on. But really, what we're in the business of doing is 5 key things. And if you came to One Manifest, then you'll know about these 5 things. We're in the business of educating women for the stuff that they need to know about the world around them, about themselves, about their bodies, about all kinds of other stuff that's going on. We're here to empower people, and I mean like really empower people, to get them to believe in themselves and feel like they can do anything. We want to inspire other people, which put your hands up, team, if we inspire you every day of the week. We always entertain. If you're not hung out on a Friday lunchtime for a bit of Thank Fuck It's Friday, then you need to join us on Friday lunchtime. So that's quite entertaining. And last but not least, probably the most important one is about liberating, to help you to feel liberated to do whatever it is that you want to do. Couple more. First time, I think of Fathom the Streamline thing.
That's Joe Challoner. I'm just telling everyone to click. Fidelma's on. Vic Brown's on if she's not clicked. She has.
Yay, thank you. I came to boot camp because I'd like to be known as something other than as a mum. Woo, woo. Put your own name badge on tonight, Stacey.
Do you know how many times she said, just a mum to me? Just a mum.
Oof. We're the just police, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Paula. Lovely to see Victoria. I always call full on Victoria because that's what it says on there.
Yeah.
I can't help it. And she says we're also very entertaining.
We are. Lovely.
Friday.
Yeah. Yvonne watches us on a Saturday morning.
And Hannah, been working on self-discovery. And yes, we help you do that, don't we? Help you to find yourself without playing at it. We'll talk a little bit.
Yay.
Yes,
China's not having it.
Karen agrees, she's with you there. So, right. Good stuff. Right, let me just get me cursor on the go here so I know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm loving this bit of tech. I'm loving it. Yeah, I just have to remember that. There we go, to click on buttons. So just before we get into these, I just think it's important to clarify what boot camp is for, just to set some expectations for tonight. It's just relax, get involved, talk to us, have a laugh. We don't take ourselves too seriously. You'll see us two take the piss out of each other all the time. But join in, get involved. We're going to keep this really informal. So whilst this might look all pretty on the screen, which we like things to look pretty amazing. That'll all become clear in a minute. So, there's no airs and graces with us. So just get down to it. So please ask questions. We're going to do a bit of Q&A time specifically at the end. But if something comes, please just give us a shout. So yes, every time I want to come back and show you comments, I lose me place.
I know.
So Yvonne says she's here to learn and believe in herself. Good. We can help you with that. Yeah. Thank you very much, Louisa. That's nice to hear. Jenna, lost a bit of mojo and motivation. You want to get excited for life again.
Cool.
Hey, Joe, lovely to see you.
Now.
And yes, myself in the daily grind of being a mom.
Helen.
Yeah. Okay, so quick check-in then. Roxy's going to do a bit of sharing around this, just to check that you're in the right place.
I'm not. This is yours.
I don't know what number they are anymore.
This is number 3.
This is number 3. I'll do it.
Are you sure? I haven't practiced.
There's a number of, reasons and different types of people that Best Life Bootcamp is for. Look at this massive list. It's quite small, really, but I'm going to read a few of them out. Some of them you've referenced already. If you are somebody who has lost your confidence, maybe you feel like you've lost your identity, right? This happened to me, where one day I just looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know who you are anymore. I don't recognize the person staring back at me. And I think that happens for a lot of women. So if you feel like that, you've lost your mojo, this is definitely the place for you. This second one's a classic one, and women do not speak up about this. Your life looks good on paper. Maybe you've got a flipping 4-bed detached house, 2 cars on the drive, 2.4 children. Maybe you get 2 lovely holidays a year. I don't know. You know, it's almost that what looks good on paper life, but you're not happy. You're flipping fed up, done in, miserable, but you feel guilty because, oh my God, so many people have got it so much worse than you. If that resonates, let me know. I know me and Roxy are quite guilty of this one, actually. So it's important to say before we get, too far into this. We're not perfect, and you will never, ever hear us claim to be. In fact, we use our slip-ups to illustrate to people how things end up when you don't sort yourself out. So we'll often use our experiences as lessons for people to help people learn what kind of happens. So yeah, if you're living your life at 100 miles an hour, and you could do with some bloody balance back in your life, you kind of stop the ride or want to get off, then yes, it's definitely for you. You might be playing catch up and feel like you're smashing a few plates instead of spinning them. You can read a number of those. I'm not going to read every single one of them out. I heard somebody mention there that they wanted to learn to say no. So if you're a doormat or a people pleaser to friends, family, maybe even work colleagues, and you want to put yourself first for a change, definitely for you. Even things like, you know what, maybe your libido's gone out the window. Maybe it's been gone for many years and you'd like to find it again. Maybe you're a bit like me.
Oh God, here we go.
Kids, your pelvic floor's just flipping bottomed out. Your undercarriage has collapsed. You've left it on the motorway somewhere. You know, every time you go on a trampoline, you might pee your pants. You know what? We cover lots of things around women's health. So you can ask all of those questions while you're with us this week. All kinds of things. Maybe even if it's about what you look like. Now, whilst we're on about focusing on other stuff, aside from what you look like, we are going to do that. No holds barred, right? If it's already running through your mind that you're ready to say, I need to lose weight, all I'm going to say is just be prepared.
Yeah.
No, we want to help you look and feel $1 million without losing a single pound. You know, we want you to be healthy. We want you to be fit. We want you to be strong. But actually, there's many, many other things that we can do to get the result that you're looking for without going about it in the way that you think is the way to do it. So, yeah, I'm gone. I need to find my cursor again, don't I?
Marianne's here. Marianne's supposed to be swimming with the kiddies. And Louisa thought that she was all right, but at least 7 out of 10 of those are her.
Let me have a quick look, then I'll pop some of these on while I've been reading.
And Kim thinks we've been spying on her.
Who does?
Kim.
So Laura, need to get back on track after a difficult few weeks. Kim, on that note, you've changed your profile pic to you and not the kids. Yeah.
Love it.
Sometimes I don't let people in the group if I can't see who they are.
I agree.
There's some man from somewhere random in the world. Yeah, here to find you again. Brilliant.
I think that's Anisha. That's Kim for spying.
Oh, it is.
So much.
That's what we like.
Yeah. Boom. Joe knows how to say no.
Yes. No, but thanks for asking. And there's a lot of people, Stacey, with it out of the window after 5 kids. Can't be asked. Poor hubby. So yeah, if any of those resonate with you, there you go. Donna's got 8 out of 10. She's set the bar. Becky's in there with 7 out of them. So please feel comfortable and in good company if a lot of them apply to you.
Shall I have a go now?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. So exactly what Joe said, we do things in a really specific way, and it's really dead important to us that we're not like all the other places you can go for a lot of stuff like this. We've got mega strong values, and Jonas has listed them here, but we hold each other accountable to these, and we hold our members accountable to a lot of these, and this is really important. Like, we judge our days by how much fun and how much laughter and love it has. It's literally like one of our KPIs. So love and laughter, high accountability and trust. You will hear us talk a lot about choices later and about being accountable for what you decide to do. And humility and integrity. We are the first people to say, yeah, I fucked that up, what were I thinking? Or to apologise if we feel like I said something there that actually that weren't okay and that doesn't necessarily fit with how I want to be. Super important. So how we do it around here, we want you to show up and we want you to go all in. It is really important to pretend that you've paid for this. The stuff we are offering is like some of our best stuff, and you will get so much more out of it if you kind of feel like you've got some skin in the game. So we want you to buy into the idea that you've paid for this boot camp. We want you to do the work and see the progress. We don't do pissing about. We're doers and action takers, and we take responsibility. We're proper two northern women with that kind of northern spirit that we talk about a lot. We want you to get stuck in. So yeah, no hiding, no lurking. Be as vulnerable as we are. We are absolutely unafraid to put our bare selves out to you. We look like this today. You will see us looking like our absolute roughest at other times, and we're totally cool with that. You'll never see us decide not to do a live because we haven't got our makeup on that day. We will jump on, and we are not ashamed of being real, normal people. And we don't want you to be either. We've got your back at all times. So today we want you to have fun, be curious, ask as many questions, ask tons of questions. We will answer everything that we can. As you've seen from our members' posts, we do dish out tough love. Everything we say is kind of with full love, but we won't sugarcoat beyond what's necessary. We will kick your ass. But it's always
we will. She is the arse kicker, not me. I'm good cop.
Which is fascinating because everybody believes it's going to be the other way around, and it's totally not, and really scary. But it is always with good, honest, squeaky clean intent. So yeah. And before Joe scraps me over, we want to work with people who are ready to work at their own lives. And there's no judgment. That's like my thing. I'm so proud of the group we've built. There is no judgment. There's no space for it with us. Oh, and it's still me apparently. So if you want to take part, we will tell you. We're so pro, you know, we're so slick. How you can win. So the big prize that's up is an annual membership to the club. So that's £340 worth of us. There's going to be some on the spot prizes. There's just going to be some stuff that we decide as we go. But near the end, we'll tell you what you need to do to kind of be in the draw for the prizes. So if you'd like to win something, give me a bit of a hands up emoji, please, while I go and read all the rest of your comments that you've just put. I'm
going to stick a few of them up here. So Yvonne's up there with a decent pelvic floor, so she'll share her top tips. But the rest, Yeah, Rebecca gets a bit of love, but she knows it's going to be lots of love. Yeah, so Joe, I'm pretty good, I think, at the hands up, I fucked up and love the opportunity to fix and correct. However, I get more frustrated than I should if others don't do the same.
We'll talk about how you can't control others and what you do about that at some point.
Paul absolutely agrees with you.
Yeah, lots of hands
up. There's some hands up.
I like Laura's has got nothing on.
Yeah, Laura's thinking about it. There you go. You've got loads of thumbs up and hands in the air on the go there. Oh, honestly, God, I can't keep up. They go too fast for me. Sorry if I miss you off here. I can't see them. Teresa, she's up for a prize.
I sent Caitlin a Facebook message the other day, but she hasn't read it.
You messaged me.
I'm like, stop. You what?
Are you message shaming people on the internet?
Obviously, it's that tough love.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
I'm sure we have a different definition than that. Anyway,
crack on.
I need to get that comment off my screen. All this toing and flipping, throwing. I can see loads more hands up going up anyway. So here's the jam plan for this week so that you know what is in store. Hopefully you know this already from some of the posts in the group or from emails that we have sent you. But just in case, this is where we're at. So we're here today, woohoo, workshop 1. In a minute, we're going to be sharing with you the secrets to living your best life. Tomorrow, that'll be Tuesday at 8. We're going to be talking to you all about the 5 most common mistakes that women make. Yeah, spoiler alert. And how to overcome them or actually avoid them entirely. So that's like gold dust, like rocking or shit. Workshop 3, we're going to do on Wednesday, 8 o'clock again. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Roxy's going to be dead. She's normally in bed by now. We'll be talking all about the power of investing in yourself and how to actually put yourself first. We do loads of talking about it. We don't see a lot of actually doing it. So we'll help you out with that. And then on Friday, in place of our usual, fuck it's Friday, fuck it Friday, whatever you want to call it, we'll be doing, I need my teeth in for this, the big Best Life Bootcamp bash.
Well done.
So we'll be live Friday, 1:30. We'll probably have are you going to have a glass of fizz on Friday, Rox?
Doubt it.
No.
I'm firmly on the wagon.
Okay, I might. I'll have one for you. We'll do lots of celebrations, shout outs. We'll be checking in with the progress that you've made throughout the week. We will be sharing some more bonus content. We'll be doing the 7 habits of happy, fulfilled and successful women.
That's my favourite one.
We'll be dishing out some prizes on Friday. Let me just come back to some of these comments because I know you can't touch these, can you, Roxy?
No, like banned. I
won't go back to the hands in the air, apart from Laura because she can't work out her emojis. She's done hands up.
Okay, that counts.
Yeah, so there's quite a few of those.
See, message shaming worked with Caitlin. It's fine. She doesn't know me, has never met me. Caitlin's not a member. Sorry, Caitlin. I will be.
It will be absolutely cream crackered by Wednesday night. She might not even show up on Friday.
It's possible. Who knows?
It is possible. So very, very quickly, a little bit about us. Who are we? So obviously I'm Jodes, do live up north. I'm a Cheshire girl, live just south of Manchester Airport in a lovely little town called Frodsham. I don't know if any of you will know that. But God, what am I flipping brilliant at? I independently, I'm an assertiveness coach for women. So my zone of genius is all around helping women to say no, to speak up for themselves, to stop being a doormat and a people pleaser and kind of step into their own space and own all of that stuff. I'm a qualified executive coach. So I can do plenty of good work with people to get them making progress and moving forward. And, you know, my backstory is in corporate crap, if I'm honest. No, I had a wonderful career with a very large telecoms business for a while that was good fun. But yeah, 8 years ago, I decided that that wasn't for me anymore after I had my 3rd daughter. Yes, I'm a mother of 3 girls, aged 17, 15 and 9. So that's bloody hard work. But a big part of, well, one of the questions there is what's our why? We have a joint why together, but a very personal one for me is to grow up some very strong, independent women in our house. So yeah, I've been through some tough times. I've been divorced. I've got polycystic kidney disease. So, you know, we have all of that to deal with. There's many a tale I could probably tell you. I guess my motto in life is what doesn't kill you makes you flipping stronger. So that's
not the one I thought you were going to use.
What did you think I was going to use?
I thought you were going to use, if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun.
Well, I've got that on the shelf.
Exactly.
Get that out of the shelf.
We have to argue about this motto quite a lot. Like, you have to, some rules, Jodes, come on.
Some rules. Well, you can do the rules and I won't. Right, go on. You tell them a quick little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm Roxy. my name says. What am I flipping brilliant at? I am flipping brilliant at mending minds, I guess. So I'm a mental health therapist. I've had a private practice for 6 years. I do a heck of a lot of work with anxiety and depression and stress. I'm also a business coach. So I started off coaching women who wanted to build their own businesses, which is actually how I met Jodie. She was a client of mine for some email marketing stuff. And as part of that, I'm a massive tech geek. So I love building websites. I've built all our stuff and I build a heck of a lot for our members. But I've got a bit of competition lately with Jodes because her tech skills are freaking through the roof right now.
After lockdown, aren't I?
I know. It's like, great. I don't have to do it all. So yeah, I am a very happy wife. I am a messed up mum. I have 2 boys, age just 6 and 3. So yeah, lockdown's been fucking hell on earth for me. I am flipping brilliant at saying exactly what I think, almost, and people not hating me for it, which is such a lovely skill to have. Yeah, I do, because I genuinely say it for a good reason, I hope. What we've grown through, God. So I had a horrific accident when I was little. I got quite badly scalded, and that's kind of been a massive part of what makes me so confident now, I think. I'm from a proper mining family, so I grew up with a massive lack mindset of that whole, there's never enough, you have to work really, really hard. And that's a mindset shift that I've fought for a lot of my life. Can you guess what my motto will be?
No.
Can't yet. It's probably not even a motto, but the saying that you'll hear me say more than anything else.
I can't be bothered thinking about it.
Fair. Clearly, I don't. Jenna's pointing out, yes, that is my skill. And my other skills, I make people cry a lot. My motto is kind of
shouting about that.
I like it, but anyway, not in like a sadistic way, but maybe. My motto is kind of, what's your next right step? To myself, I say that a lot, and to other people, what's the next right step? What's the next thing? My why is, so not like bringing up my own daughters, but my why is all around watching women grow. It's my favourite thing to watch women grow into what I already know that they can be. Nothing gives me more joy than that.
This is funny.
So I hope it's not a picture where I look like this tonight, not me one in my onesie.
And Kim's got something on Mine's
daughter. Get that too. Right, Stacey, we'll fix that.
You're not alone. You're not alone. You should stay like that. Good.
Do you want to talk about why we created us? And then we'll crack on.
Why are we doing this? Why? Because we get great satisfaction from seeing other people flourish. Probably Roxy a bit more than me, actually. I think a part of my why is driven by my daughters. Absolutely. That's what fueled everything for me to kind of specifically focus on like women's development. But we both hugely take joy out of Can you do it quietly as she puts herself on mute? But yes, we're driven by how rewarding it is to see other women kind of step into their own space, feel empowered, and achieve the things that they never believed were ever going to be possible for them. And so every decision that we make for our business is kind of driven by that. So if we want to, well, it's normally me coming up with the daft, crazy ideas. I text her and I say, Rox, I've got an idea. And she's like, oh, flipping heck. And then, but she'll validate it with, does that help us achieve more of our why? If the answer's yes, then we do it. If the answer's no, then we don't. Hence why Well Manifest was born and how that kind of came about. So yeah, that's a little bit about what our why is. And we created the lounge because, you know what? Because we're flipping women ourselves who were struggling. We've kind of gone through all of the hard bits that we realised everybody else does too, and kind of got fed up of that. I need to go and get a personal trainer if I want to get fit over there. I need to, go and find a personal shopper or a stylist if I want to look good. I'd need to go to a therapist like Roxy if I needed some mental health support. You'd get yourself a life coach if you want. everything was everywhere, and we wanted to put it all under one roof so that it was easy. So whenever you needed anything, you just had to come to one place. But also, what was massively important for us was that we made it accessible for everyday normal women like us. You know, I've spent so much money on my development over the last 20 years, and I don't regret a penny of it. But I want to make it a damn sight easier for other people. You don't have to go to flipping London to do everything. Yeah. Yvonne, that might not make much sense to you, New Zealand. But or Kyla in Canada. But and you don't need to spend that amount of money. We wanted it to be accessible in terms of A, being affordable, and B, you can access it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from the comfort of your sofa, whether you're having a glass of wine or breastfeeding at 3 o'clock in the morning. It really doesn't matter. So that's kind of why we ended up doing what we're doing, isn't it?
We kind of created it with ourselves in mind. Literally, what do we want to see? So let's go out and create it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So we're going to kick things off in terms of new learning, good stuff tonight with a bit of myth busting. Is this mine?
Yeah.
Because obviously I've got numbers written down and I can't see numbers anymore.
Yeah, it's good. It's yours. The next two, this one and the next one's yours.
And we're going to bust this myth. Actually, tell me on first view, initial thought, gut feeling. If I say to you, you can have it all, you say yes, I wholeheartedly sign up to that and I believe it, or actually, nah, shut up, Jodes, don't be silly. There's no way you can have it all. What's your initial view? What's your mindset up until tonight about the notion of women can have it all? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. So Hannah's a yes. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring my cursor back over here.
You are. There's a few comments I don't want you to miss.
You don't want me to miss. Let me just do these and I'll go back in a sec. Hannah's a yes. Not sure who this is a yes. Joanne's a yes.
Marianne.
Or was that Marianne? Hey, Marianne. At what cost? I don't know who that is.
That's Tara.
Yeah, defo signs, Paula, defo signs up for that. Oh, it's going too fast. Louisa, absolutely. Karen, they can, just not me. Oh, I like you, Karen. I'm going to get my hands on you, Karen. I've lost my place. Donna's in a constant argument with herself over that. Yvonne, I do believe you can have it all, just need to get out of my own way, like you're thinking. It's not as easy as, it's easier said than done, isn't it, though, getting out of your own way? Oh, come on, Yvonne. You just need to get out of your own way. You're like, oh, yeah, great. I've just got a switch on my back for that. Victoria is a yes. Kim, it'd be nice, but seems so far out of reach. Kim again, no way can you have it all. Always a compromise somewhere. Oh, hang on, missed a few.
Loads. You've no way you're keeping up with it.
I can't keep up. I'm really sorry if I miss you. I would say yes if your mind is on it. Sorry, Stacey, couldn't read them. No, because it often means you have to do it all.
Okay.
Loving it. Joe's on the fence.
So much going on.
Yes, but hard work to get there. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Sorry for my slowness. Don't believe it for myself sometimes. Another yes. You can, but you have to be intentional about it. Sally, yeah, but I know the direction.
I chased Sally down the street.
It's funny how we sabotage ourselves like that, isn't it? Teresa, love the concept. Is it really possible? Oh, well, Marrakesh was going to be the testing time to find the answer out to that. Krista, not sure. Oh, it's jumped on me again. Emma, yes to that. Seems like something for other people. Oh my God, Anne-Marie, I was just like you. I used to have these dreams about things and then say to myself, yeah, but that's not for people like me. Is that you?
Like we'll manifest.
That's my problem. Self-doubt from Donna. Find it difficult to find the time to have it all, though. I want to do so many things, but struggle with time. Okay. I think if you define your all, then you can, right? You're on the right bus,
Laura.
Sasha wouldn't know where to start. We are going to help you with that, my love. Caitlin, definitely, but there always seems to be obstacles. And yes, Helen, I'm going to finish on yours because this is good. What does having it all mean? Thank you so much for all of those comments. That was like gold to get, like that tap inside every one of your heads to understand.
Especially because it's the stuff we believe we know you're thinking that, but then, and that is why we created this, but then to hear it, thank you,
Yeah. So do you know what? I think you know what our answer is. Yeah, we wholeheartedly believe that you can have it all, but it starts with defining your own version of that all. And that's where a lot of us actually get stuck. Yes, there's some other bits around the side. Do you know what? I can hand on heart say, and I'll bet my house on it that Roxy can do the same. Every single comment that came up there isn't one of them that I didn't think, I can't sort that one out. Every one of them I was like, I can deal with that one. I can deal with that one. I can deal with that one. And I don't say that in a cocky nature. That makes me feel really good that I think I can help you overcome that. We can definitely do that. So yeah, I like that a lot. Where we've got to start though is by looking at what having your all is not, right? Tell me, please tell me if this happens to you. We can see the two hashtags that I've put in the corner there. They spell it out really. Keeping up with the Joneses. Who tries to do that? Who thinks they have a look around at what everybody else has got and think, oh God, well they've got that and these have got that, and oh, them across the street, they've just got a caravan, they've just got a motorhome. We should have a motorhome. Our kids should go to the private school because they're going to private school. Who feels the pressure to kind of keep up with the Joneses, and almost that like brainwashes you. Donna's saying it's a mother. I'm not bringing the cursor back at the minute. So keeping up with the Joneses, that is not having it all. That's just called stuff, right? Having stuff and this is not having it all.
I nearly bought a caravan the other day.
What?
Yeah.
Along with your stupid, ugly new car.
I love my beautiful new car.
A really new, ugly car. Let's take a vote on this. Oh no, I might offend somebody else, mightn't I? She's bought a red Citroen Cactus with them black panels on the side. Google it if you don't know what it looks like.
I love it.
Again.
But anyway, that's that whole not giving a fuck what everyone else thinks, because I love my car. But yeah, I nearly bought a caravan the other day because someone else had bought a caravan. I thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to go away at weekend? I fucking no. No, it wouldn't. I slept in a tent the other night and wanted to do terrible things to myself.
You wanted to leave.
Really. Why would I want a fucking caravan? But yeah, I could have genuinely bought one. What's that?
Yeah, it's the Lego car. Whoever just said that. I'm going to have to come back and do some comments. I need to get slick at this cursor management.
Is that the Lego car? Yes. Who said that? I can't see you. Yes, Marianne, come and tell me a flipping name.
So Karen has it keeping up with the ex-husband.
Oh, okay.
Paul, she used to, but age and experience has stopped me doing that now, and becoming an entrepreneur and finally doing what I want for me has changed everything. Almost there. I had a feeling Yvonne was going to like your car.
All the cool kids do.
Jenna, big love for kind of like saying that out loud. You're constantly following fitness models on social media, hoping it'll magically turn me into one of them. Keeping up with those Joneses.
We were talking to someone else exactly the same.
I wish Instagram would fuck right off. You know, it's so easy to end up with a feed that makes you feel shit about yourself. You know, it drives me mad. Anyway, before I get sucked in there. The other hashtag you'll see there is to screw others' expectations.
All I can see on the hashtag is sex in middle. That's all I can see on it.
But it's not sex. It's not about sex. We'll do sex another day.
Okay.
But screwing other, no, actually, screw with that. It's a bit dodgy. I see so many people, especially with that, trying to live up to their parents' expectations when they're like 38, 40, 44, 48, 52. And I'm like, why are we still trying to live up to our parents' expectations? or what somebody else in our life places an expectation on us. So having your all is not that kind of stuff. All right. It's not about things. All right. It's not about having stuff, and it's not about keeping up with the Joneses and doing all of that kind of malarkey. So what it is about is all the stuff that we're going to talk to you about this evening. And so here's how you can have it all. Is this mine or yours?
It's mine, but I'm going to let you carry on.
I'll shut up. I'm being like, I've just got off. I've gone off.
I love it when you get on your soapbox. If no one gives a shit, you carry on, Duck.
All right then. Don't call me Duck though. I don't like it.
I do it.
I'll come back. I'll come back to comments. All I've got in the comments is loads of sex.
Everyone's laughing.
Helen said, I'm not going to put this on the screen, but Helen says, my husband has a fucking Instagram shell to take nice... I'm coming back. Sorry about this. So my husband has a fucking Instagram shell to take nice pictures of shit stuff to post online.
Is he like selling the stuff, or it's just for ego?
Hannah saw sex too, screw and sex.
Sorry.
I'm just going to come up with a few of these.
They're all about sex, I won't worry.
So
Paula's been like 10.
Funny. Laura, she used to buy Women's Health all the time and think reading about healthy eating and exercise would make me healthier. Wow.
We'll talk about motion versus action later.
Yeah, Donna says, yeah, that's me, bingo.
That's parents that she's done about living up to. So while we're doing this, just whose expectations do you know you try to live up to? If there is some. So yeah, Donna's is definitely parents. Is there anyone else?
Paula, parents can be still hurtful. Yeah.
Marianne refuses to let us have a name.
Is that Marianne saying amen? Right, okay. I'm going to draw a picture in that little blank man's head. Why is it a man's head? Fuck's sake. That's a word with Facebook.
There you go.
Right, here's how. Let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. Now, God, you know what? We've only got a few hours of workshops this week. What our aim this week is to almost, I want to use the analogy of a mountain, right? So almost like your journey to living your best life, being the happy, fulfilled and successful woman that whatever yours is like going from the bottom to the top of a mountain. So throughout this week, we're going to be showing you the first steps, but we'll also show you the rest of the journey so that you know how to take it. So everything in the flipping world starts with mindset, right? You'll hear us talk about mindset so much all of the time. And if you can't make out what that funny little diagram is, it's an iceberg. So I tend to liken us as human beings to being an iceberg. So what I mean by that is the significant kind of element of an iceberg is that 2/3 of it is hidden under the surface. You can't see it, all right? And we're like that as human beings. Most of our makeup sits beneath the surface, all right? Only the tip of us is visible to other people, and that's our behavior, our actions, you know. So we meet each other on a behavioral level, and we judge each other, whether we like it or not, right? Other people will judge us on our behavior, not what's going on under the surface for us. Now, many people, when they want to do something, they think they can just take a different action or behave a little bit differently. And that's all well and good. It might work for a short while or a little bit, right? It'll very quickly, you'll know this, you'll have set off on some kind of program. I bet you'd tell her it's a flipping diet. Or something like that. Maybe you've gone on a course or you started reading a book or whatever it is, and you've not seen it through. And the chances are, the reason why you've not seen it through is because you've been operating at that superficial level. You've literally just tried to change your behaviour. So I'm going to pick on Laura Brown now because she admitted it in the comments earlier. You know, she's great at reading all the magazines. She changes the behaviour at that level. But something needs to change below the surface for it to be sustainable, i.e. it lasts a long time, it sticks, it becomes a habit, and B, that you get a big result. Without doing the mindset work, the below the surface work, you'll only get a little result and it'll be short-lived. Oh no, me tell you thinks it's going to turn off. Wait there a minute, I have to smack me remote.
Just to bang it and actually says it works.
Like that. If anyone else got a remote like that, you have to whack it. If my husband dares me though, I'll get bollocked later for banging the remote. So the stuff that sits beneath the surface are things like our values. I'm going to talk about values in a bit. What we believe, and when we talk about beliefs, it's what we believe about ourselves. It's what we believe about the people around us. It's what we believe about our society and what we believe about the whole wide world. We've got beliefs at multiple levels, but all of our beliefs shape our mindsets. We've got that stupid bloody inner voice, haven't we? Don't make me look like the crazy lady. We've all got one. The one normally that tries to like stab you in the back when you're trying to do something exciting and they're like, don't be silly, girl. That's not for people like you. Yeah. Our thoughts, our feelings, and every single experience you have ever had in your life is filed away in this amazing filing cabinet in the back of your brain. Now, you're not conscious of them, because if you were, the second you woke up, you'd fall asleep again because you'd be so tired trying to process all of those memories. But that doesn't stop your brain from using those experiences subconsciously to direct your current behaviour. That's why therapy is amazing, isn't it, Rox?
I love listening to you describe it. It's like fascinating to me.
Is it? Why? What's fascinating about it?
Because I'm not describing it and you say the same thing in such a different way.
See, that's me corporate description of mindset, actually. Funny, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
So it's important that we do the work at mindset level. So you all know you're getting homework tonight, right? And you don't worry, you don't have to have finished it by tomorrow. But if you're going all in and you're treating boot camp like you're paying for it, then you're going to do the work, right? So you're going to your job will be to think about some of this stuff, work it out, and to write some of this stuff down. So first and foremost, it's about having the right mindset. So working with some of those beliefs, doing that inner work on the voice that goes on in your head, changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, because you can. It's just about learning how to do that.
And it's about noticing them and then challenging them before you can change them. But we spend so much of our life on that kind of autopilot, behaving how we've always behaved, that until we decide to notice, oh, hang on, that I don't like the result that gave me. So what was it that I was thinking at that time? And what would be a more helpful way to look at this? Until we actually start consciously noticing them, we're driven constantly by like our unconscious decisions.
Did I miss any comments that I need to show?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I hope everybody else can see their own or each other's on Facebook, can't they? Oh, that's all right then. As long as you can all see what each other are saying, that's what. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I love it that you're saying so much, actually. So, mindset always first. Now, listen, I didn't want to, at 9 o'clock at night, put a song in your head that you'll end up singing all night and keeping you awake, but tough. This is really important, okay? And why it's really important is because, and this comes from my line of work with working with women on becoming more assertive, the one big thing that stops them is a question I will ask every single client I have is, what is it that you want? And they will always then start their response with, well, I don't want this and I don't want that and I hate it when he does this and I can't stand it. My job's a nightmare and I just love to get away from this and get that to stop. Do you see what's going on there? People don't answer women don't answer the question with what they want. They tell you what it is that they don't want. Now you probably think, well, what's the problem with that, Jode? You're going to say something then, Roxy? So you
no, go on, and then I'll interrupt because you might be about to say
it. The problem with that is that number one, I hate saying this, but it's the truth, so it needs saying in a number of cases, not for everybody, but a number of cases. It's happened to me where in my first marriage, I would constantly get told that I was a nagging bitch, a moaning cow, a miserable bastard, because all I did was tell him what I didn't want. Never once did I say, right, this is what I want. And already you can see the big difference, can't you? In the tone, in how it lands, in kind of what it does to the conversation. I don't know. Have you been that woman too? If you have, let me know. But then for some women, I'll ask them the question and they'll just go, I haven't got a clue.
Helen has literally just commented. Helen doesn't know what she really wants.
Yeah, and you're not alone there. You're absolutely not alone, because do you know what? It's quite hard to think about that. And sometimes we're just not ready to do hard thinking, or we put it off. The other one is we don't take the time to do the thinking. We don't take ourselves off. We don't prioritize ourselves. We don't put ourselves first to say, do you know what? I'm gonna go off for a couple of hours. I don't know, for a walk in the park, to the spa, not the spa shop, the actual like massage place.
Depends where you are.
Like, spa shop. What you can do, but that you take some time out and go and do the hard work and think, what is it that I want? Because you cannot decide what your all is until you know what you want. So if that's a bit of a, maybe I know a couple of things that I want, but I don't know the whole thing. But if you're sitting there going, I absolutely know what I want, you'll feel liberated right now. You'll feel like I can have my all. I know what my all is. And maybe I don't know how to get it. Or maybe, I'm still like, oh, but does it happen to people like me? But you'll get excited because you do know what you want. And you're like, I just want this.
Can I talk about the other problem with saying what you don't want is there's kind of a thing around, and this is a totally scientific backed thing. So if we talk law of attraction and stuff, that is not what I mean. But what we focus on is what we get, and that is driven by our subconscious kind of behaviors. So, when you get a new car, when you get a cactus, you see them freaking everywhere. I bet you, Jodes, have noticed more cactuses since I bought one than ever.
I think I've been out.
Okay.
Yeah, my
school friends definitely has, if she's on. My school mum friends, because once something, so if you name your kid, suddenly you see loads of other babies with that name, or oh God, I don't know. You've got a lucky number. Statistics show we kind of see all numbers equally-ish, but if you've got a lucky number, you notice it more. And that's like how our brain works with what we focus on, what we talk about, what we think about is drawn more into our attention. So when we are focusing on the stuff we don't want, we're kind of fulfilling that behavior. We're kind of getting more of it because we're noticing it more. So that idea of things like something as really obvious as, God, I don't want to be working so hard. Instead of saying, I want to work less, the idea of I don't want to be working so hard kind of drives our brain to keep working really hard because it doesn't sort of get the don't part. But I want to work less moves your focus onto, right, how can I work less? Yeah. And our brain is literally designed to solve our problems for us. But so much of the time, we're mixing it up because we're kind of giving it a problem and not allowing it to solve it because we're telling it what not to do and not what to do. Does that make sense? A brain doesn't understand negative commands. The classic test is with a kid, right? My mum's probably watching this, but I'm going to use her as an example. Right? I haven't seen her yet. So it's like when, if you give a little kid a drink in a proper cup, and you give it to them in the kitchen, they're going to walk to the lounge with it. And my mum will give the kid the cup and go, don't spill it. Don't spill it. Well, all they're going to do is go, all the brain reads is spill it. Yeah. It doesn't hear don't, it hears do spill it. Like, and the thing with when they're running, when you see a kid running towards a road, and everyone shouts, stop running! When I'm like, don't shout that. You need to shout, stop! Yeah. Stop. Yeah. It's like if I say, don't forget milk, Tom, I like say, oh, no, I mean, remember the milk.
Remember the milk.
And I like hearing myself say it, or questioning myself, because, yeah, our brain does not like process that negative of the don't part. So, yeah, when we're talking about I don't want to put on weight, we're talking about I want to stay healthier. It's such a
subtle but important,
and it's really hard to understand why that works, but we're talking about a different level of your brain that is running that kind of program for you automatically.
Well, it's the wiring. If you imagine it, it's like the wiring in your brain. You're hardwired that way. I've kept this comment on this question on from Tara at the moment. So, any chance of a vision board session to think about this, or is there another way to do this? Absolutely. So, where I went to was to get mine. So, here's mine for 2020.
In the members club, Tara, we kind of do one every year, but if in the members club, if that's something that our members and that you would want us to put on, then absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. So I did my vision board and did a video of it at the beginning of this year. I'll put the YouTube link for it in the comments of this post when we've finished. So come back to this when we've finished, and I'll put the YouTube video link in, and you can watch the vision board session that I did in there. All right. Free of charge, complimentary to you. Let's just check out some of these. So Hannah, I want to get out of my own way and fulfill my potential. I'm a giver and want to help people without rescuing them like I always do.
I always wanted to rescue until I recognised like how not helpful for me that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the breadwinner, yeah.
Great. Okay, so see how much more inspiring it is as well when you start to look at the want language. You're welcome, Tara.
Donna, it's in the members club, woman.
Yeah, you should have flipping watched it, Donna. Okay, so we're clear on that. Mindset number 1. Number 2, know what you want and be able to. When someone says to you, "What do you want?" can you tell them properly what it is that you actually want? Oh, I've got this flipping cursor thing down to a T now.
Nailed it.
Let me have a drink. I'll shut up for a minute.
Okay, so the secret and the thing that our whole kind of premise, everything we do is based around this idea of turning the notion of pretty on its head. So let me be really, really clear. The first thing Joe said to me is, "Oh, look how glam you are." Just because we're saying we're taking pretty kind of onto a different table, that doesn't mean that we don't still kind of gain our own confidence from looking good in a way that means that to us. But for us, the idea is that pretty is not what we are all about, and this is really, really important. I want to be far more known for the value, the contribution, the skills I've got, the abilities that I've got, my talents. They are far more important, or most certainly, at very least, as important as how I look. So on the days when I do rock up with no makeup on, teaching you those things, I am still absolutely as worthy to teach you that stuff as a day where I've bothered to put a fucking curl in my hair. This is not the important thing, and the contribution that we're making to the world is what Jodes and I are trying to kind of put over, is how we turn the notion of pretty on its head. Really, really basically.
Yeah, it's massively important for us, isn't it?
Yeah. But I also want to make sure we reiterate that it's all right for us to look nice or naked.
Yeah, a lot of people that go one way, they're like, well, you've said it's all about not being pretty, so why have you done your hair and why have you got makeup on? I'm like, don't.
It makes me feel good.
All that way or all that way. I'm having both, thanks.
Yeah.
Apology. No apologies.
No, none whatsoever.
Apologies for surprising you with this, but we love being naked, don't we?
Yeah, like we're not always naked together. Let's make that clear. But yeah,
I'll be naked with you. Were you?
As bums touching, we're interesting. We've got a nice standing up photo where literally our asses are just pressed together.
Oh yeah. So. What this brings to life is the crux of this workshop was about what's the secret to living your best life. So it starts with turning that notion of being pretty on its head that Roxy's just talked about there, so that you have got more to offer than just what you look like. And so we've done the hard work for you so you don't have to. And we've distilled everything that we believed we needed to live our best life, to feel happy, fulfilled, and successful into seven pretty secrets. So you can see my these there.
And we've really properly researched these. We've tweaked these from when we first started out to more accurately reflect what we kind of mean on this. So it's really important to us, again, that you recognise we're always making sure this develops in the way that fits you guys, because we do this for you. And
yeah. So let me just give you a quick whistle-stop tour of them. So we'll start with my thigh, right? This is deliberately secret number one. It's secret number one for a reason. It's pretty confident. So that's the kind of spin, pretty whatever. There's a little cue for you. When I've talked about these, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments, what's your pretty? So I want you to go, I'm pretty, and then you fill in the blank. So it's like blankety blank if you're old enough.
It doesn't have to be one of ours.
No, you can pick your own. Yeah. So have a think about that while I'm talking through these. So secret number one, it's the first secret for a reason, is pretty confident, because that's the foundation to feeling good about yourself. But it's one of those things that, again, hasn't got a switch on your back. People say to you, oh, come on, you just need to be a bit more confident. But it doesn't work like that. We're not into the kind of mantra of fake it till you make it. We believe that it's important to do the work. So, and when I say do the work, our content around confidence probably isn't what you'd expect it to be, because actually what we focus on is helping you work out your why, helping you define your identity, helping you to work with your inner voice, yeah, and be able to get that ship shape and doing what you need it to do, and about defining what it is that you want and getting into that space so that you're ready, you're all set up and ready to go out there and get it. So that's a little bit about what pretty confident is about. Number two is
on your leg.
Aren't we pretty calm? Number two.
I think we're pretty healthy.
Pretty healthy. I'll go pretty healthy. Number two. My calf. Now, pretty healthy is kind of split into two areas. So one area is focused on having a healthy body, and one area is focused on healthy mind. So naturally, Roxy is our expert on healthy mind.
I don't like that you did this.
Why?
Our expert.
Because it's an actual thing.
Yeah, but not a thing.
Shut up, you dickhead.
I feel like I'm on Friends.
So yeah. Sorry. I'm going to do it all the time, so you know. So yes, Roxy's our resident expert. We have resident experts in the club on pretty healthy mind. But when it comes to body, we've got a number of experts, because yes, it's about like physical fitness and like doing exercise and moving, but it's also about nutrition. It's about sleep. It's about hormones. Marianne, give us a wave. Marianne's our hormonal expert. You know, we've got so many women in our club that are like on the run up to menopause, maybe in their perimenopausal years. They want some help and support to know what the fuck is going on and how best to deal with it. So it's a really broad kind of area. And actually, I'm sure some of you are thinking, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I need in my life to feel flipping good about myself. I want to sort my sleep out. I'd love a good night's sleep. You know what? I'd love to get the fuel that I put in my body right. You know, not that I'm on some diet. I eat well because my body deserves it. Lots of different things around that. Secret 3 is pretty calm. So remember when we went through the slide of is bootcamp for you, and we were looking at that whole 100 miles an hour, spinning all the plates, hamster wheel of life, all of that business, that gets quite chaotic, and it's no good for our stress levels, which will automatically impact hormonal levels with all of that cortisol in your body. You know, a lot of women would love to feel a sense of calm and balance. Even in a kind of life sense around their work and their home life. You can't say the words home life balance, though, to Roxy. Work life balance.
Because they don't exist, everyone. We can have a work-life merge, but I'm not buying the balance.
Now who's being a bit weird with words. So yeah, Pretty Calm's all about helping you to kind of achieve that sense of feeling grounded, feeling centered. We do get a little bit more spiritual. It's a bit of mindfulness, a bit of meditation, all of that stuff in Pretty Calm. Pretty Assertive, my zone of genius. We've talked about that quite a lot. How, you know, when women feel assertive, they are considerate, but they are also courageous to go out there and speak up for what it is that they want and need. Then it makes a world of difference to your life. And then we've got 3 more. Pretty Ambitious. Pretty Ambitious, again, split into 2 different channels. One is focused on career. So if you love having a career, a 9 to 5, you want to climb the corporate career ladder, we've got all of the skills development to help you there. But if you're either wanting to jack in the 9 to 5 and set up on your own with your own little empire, or you're already running your own business but you want help to grow it and scale it, then we support entrepreneurs too. So you've got that kind of career or work-based support. And then the last 2 is Pretty Stylish. That's helping us to dress the body we've got, not the one we thought we wanted, so that we can look at and feel $1 million without losing a pound or looking at a lettuce leaf. And then lastly, Pretty Personal is for all the taboo stuff, all the stuff that we're normally kind of either whispering about or not speaking about. So we're talking like money, sex, parenting, all the stuff that we normally get flipping shamed for, we have in the Pretty Personal category. What are you giggling at?
That Helen is pretty slow because she's just realised that it's us 2 in the photo.
Aww. We've changed a little bit since then. Yeah.
Plus, I've got mega resting bitch face in this photo, which is really interesting because I ain't got a resting bitch face.
I've changed my hair colour about 4 times.
I know, yeah, you have.
I like this one up from Joe, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone again.
This perfectly sums up us. Yeah, right.
So what I'm saying to you is the secrets to living your best life, to being happy, fulfilled and successful, right? It's about defining your version of those. But actually, the answers lie in these 7 areas. We've done the research, we've done the work. That's what we've been working hard to kind of put under all one roof. So if you feel strong and well developed in these 7 areas, you're going to knock it out the park, right? Simple as that. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to do, but it's that simple.
And we make it as easy as humanly possible.
Yeah, totally. Right, I'm going to take my naked body off the screen. Or one of Roxy's favourite things to talk
I know, I'm like dead aware at times, so I'm like really conscious I'm not going to get sucked into this.
Because
you are?
Because you want to go to bed.
Totally true. Can't wait to take my makeup off. When I said earlier, my motto is kind of the next right step. My other motto is always about, well, what's your choice? And this idea about the fact we have a choice is everything for me. And exactly like Jodes has put, choosing not to choose is still making a choice. So I almost believe that there is no scenario that I have found yet where you don't have a choice. Now, there may be consequences to a choice, but that is a different matter from not having a choice in the first place. So,
and you might actually like all of the available options. There's a difference between liking them and being there.
Yeah. So, like, I don't have to pick my kid up from school. I don't have to go and do that. I can choose to pick my kid up from school, or I could choose not to. And there'll be consequences if I choose not to. And there's a reason why I might choose differently, but I don't have to do that. There is nothing that says I have to do that. I could choose to do some work or scroll on Facebook for 2 hours, but at some point I've got to recognise, what am I doing here? Why am I choosing to continue doing this? Because I've noticed I'm doing it at some point, but I've either decided that I'm not really making a choice, that it's just happening to me, or I can recognise, what am I doing here? I've been doing this 15 minutes. Shall I do something differently? But then I can choose to work, or I can choose to hang out with my family. And so our choices change depending on what the other option is. And that's really important too, to recognize that you can change your mind. And I'll go through this a lot at some point, but you can choose to change your mind as many times as you want in your life. And this idea that just because I've always done something one way, this is the one thing I hear of people is, well, I've always done it like that. Has it always worked for you? And we're kind of born in this culture that expects us to almost find a mate for life or a career for life, or expects us to stick at something to the bitter end, which is something I really, really don't understand. I don't understand why, if you're unhappy in a relationship, that you choose to stay the same, that you would choose to stay exactly as you are. That if you don't like your job, like I was called flaky so many times when I was younger because I jumped jobs because I was fucking bored. I was bored stiff after 4 months, 5 months. So I would choose to switch jobs. And until I got older and recognized that I was making great choices for myself, I was choosing not to settle in a life that wasn't fulfilling for me, wasn't making me happy. But I feel like we're kind of born into this culture where choices are almost something we're not allowed to make that easily, or we don't recognize that they're there for our taking, and that there may be a consequence, and that consequence might well be worth it. So we can choose to stay in this comfort zone. As long as you like, you can choose to stay there. But if you want to grow, you'll have to choose to step out of it a little bit. And the magical thing is, the more positive choices you start to make, the easier and easier making different choices become. And how we kind of rewire our brain around that is fascinating. But a lot of the time, we're telling ourselves we want to do things that we don't want to do, so we're not choosing it, and then we're believing and we're buying into that idea that we failed at that. So like I always say, I want to play piano. I've got a fucking piano in my dining room. I have a piano. I am not making the choice to learn to play this piano. So the story I'm telling myself doesn't match up to the choice I'm making. So is the story still valid? Is that still an okay thing for me to be telling myself? And this area of life, this idea of choice and control and the decisions I can make are all in our hands. We have no control over other people or things that happen to us, but we have absolute full control about what we choose to do about it, how we choose to react, and how we choose to behave. And this for me is, you will be so sick of hearing me talk about this. It's that idea that, choose, make your freaking choice.
It blows excusitis out of the water.
Yeah,
it's an actual condition, you know.
Definitely is. Something that a lot of our members at some point have suffered with.
It's hard. A lot of our members, they've struggled making some choices, haven't they? But actually, you know, it's about, well, there is still a choice, and do it, choose. I'm going to share some pretties. So Helen had she was pretty slow because she didn't realise we were in the photo. So that's funny. Rebecca, she's pretty unique. Oh, I've got my t-shirt on. Look.
The
boob. So Donna was saying this in relation to the 7 secrets, but she'd say her pretty is pretty kind and caring. Laura is determined. Stacey, pretty strong. Hannah, pretty resourceful.
Hannah is.
Krista, pretty independent. Is this Marianne?
No, it's Anisha this time.
This is Anisha. Oh, she is artistic. She does amazing wedding cakes.
Not just wedding, all cakes.
Jo Foster suffers with chronic excuse-nitis.
She does. Jo gets ass kickings lots.
Teresa's pretty helpful.
Who are you helping, Teresa?
Karen's pretty stubborn. Excellent.
Do you wear that like a badge of honour like I used to?
Helen's pretty resilient.
Out of interest. Resilience, amazing. Focused is back.
Excellent. Love that list. Love that list.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to get back to me other screen, don't I? I'll be slicking this. I promise. I'll practice.
Sorry, Yvonne's pretty unsure.
I need to turn that off, actually, don't I?
What are you unsure about, Yvonne?
That's Yvonne's.
What are you unsure about?
Tell us. Right. This is still you, isn't it? It's homework time.
It is homework time. So it's the moment you've all been waiting for. So this will be your homework. literally these 6 questions. So when we have finished, Jodes is going to put the link in the chat. I don't know if you're doing that now or not anyway, but when this video finishes, at the top of the video where the StreamYard commenty thing were, there will be a link to download the workbook that goes with this. So you might need to refresh, but it'll go up there as well.
I've just popped it in the chat now.
Thank you. So these 6 questions are stuff we want you to work through, and I kind of almost don't want to go through them too much now, because I really want this to be stuff you get a cup of tea, sit down and actually carve out half an hour or so for yourself to really, really look at this stuff. So the things like your values drive your behaviour, as we talked about earlier. How is your mindset serving you? How isn't it? This is such an interesting one, because this can change. And again, when I talk about choices, we change our choices, and what happy, fulfilled and successful meant to me 10 years ago is completely and utterly different to what it means now. And it's knowing you can change your mind all the freaking time. What do you really want? That changes for me on a, quarterly basis, probably. What I want changes, and that's a great thing. What choices are you ready to make to start making your life different? And what the culmination of it all? What is your version of all at this point? And so, kind of again, feeding back to Laura about buying the magazines and reading them, there's a big thing. Jodes has got a hashtag there about motion versus action. And this idea that we can do stuff on the surface, so you can be tuned in here, joining in, watching this, printing out your workbook, even filling in the workbook, that can potentially just be motion. The action is what changes you start to make, what choices you do, and where you start challenging yourself and challenging your thoughts and challenging your actions and then changing them. All the motion in the world. I am a huge motion girl. In fact, almost all of our members are really recognise that we start making changes at that top level, but unless we go lower down in the iceberg, nothing happens. The motion happens kind of above, the action happens underneath. Really, really important.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was so sucked in listening to you there. I forgot that I actually had a job.
You're dying to print your workbook out.
Forgot I actually had a job.
Yeah.
Right, recap time. So you've got your homework. I have put the link in the comments. Very quick whistle-stop tour recap of what we've covered. So remember, it always starts with mindset. Notice how I didn't say don't forget. Yeah. Remember, it always starts with mindset. Know what you want. Please do the work on figuring out what it is that what you want. Maybe if you know a few things that you want, do you want to expand on that and do some more? Do you want to get a bit more specific? Specificity is the name of the game in this. The more specific you are, the better. We've covered the 7 secrets. So developing yourself in each of those 7 areas. So actually, as you're thinking about your all, or you're examining your mindset, we encourage you to kind of do so maybe 7 times under those banners, and even thinking of the version that you put down of I'm pretty, do the same under there and see what it throws up for you, because it might throw up some different things. You've always got a choice. Know that. You've always got a choice. And then your work is in defining your version of all, not keeping up with the Joneses, screw other people's expectations, your version. Remember, it's not things, it's not stuff. It's usually a way of being. How you want to live your life is usually the most important thing.
And I don't want anyone putting, I want a happy life.
It's not specific enough.
It's not definable. You kind of can't define when you've got a happy life. So like a calm life, that's always kind of my thing, because I just want a fucking calm life. Even that has to be a bit more defined, but it's a different version. It's something that is, it's easier to recognize what is calm than recognize what is happy.
Almost
calm for me
like
means
this.
Not pushing all my appointments.
Like if you were to say it to somebody else, could they draw it? Would it give people enough info to be able to draw something that would represent it? If it doesn't, it does, great, you can put your pen down. Joanne, the printout, I have put the link. You might have to scroll up the comments a bit, but don't worry. As soon as we're finished, I'm going to put it above the video in the main caption. So you know the bit that describes what it is. I'll stick it in there. All right.
And if you signed up for the bootcamp in the first place, you'll get a replay email. If you have and you haven't got emails, go and validate your flipping email address. Will be in your junk box.
Yeah. So it won't be tonight. Right?
No, it'll be in the morning.
I can't be asked. I'm tired.
You're choosing not to because you're choosing to go and see your family and then have a nice sleep.
I'm just going to have a nice sleep. Everyone's gone bed. I think, well, one's at work. The other one's gone bed. The other one's not here. Might snuggle up to my husband if he'll let me on his sofa. So tomorrow morning, you will get an email with a link to the replay and to the homework too. So don't worry about that. Then tomorrow, we will be back at 8 o'clock for workshop 2. We'll be doing the 5 common mistakes women make and how you can overcome them and avoid them. Remember, there's a prize up for grabs. Now, I'll tell you what's important for you to do it. I had to write this down. I've got it on a sheet of paper. So you can have as many entries into the competition as you like. The more you do, the more entries you can get. So number 1, take a picture of your homework and post it below this video. If you do that, that gets you 1 entry into the contest, okay? So there are bonus entries available though. If you do a post in the group that shares your biggest light bulb moment, and you can do that for each workshop if you want. So you could have 3 extra entries for saying, I've just done Best Life Bootcamp Workshop 1 and my light bulb moment was blah. If you do it as a video, I'll give you 5 videos. I'll give you 5 entries in. Or
and you can choose that.
Yeah, you can choose that. Or you can get a bonus entry if you post something on your story. Maybe post a picture on your story with your homework. We just want you to use the hashtag so we can find them all. Hashtag best life. And if you're doing it on an Instagram story, please make sure you tag us at Ladies Life Lounge. All right. Hold on one sec. I'm going to come back. So for questions, I'm going to turn these slides off now. She says, and let's do some questions. I think Teresa's up first.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know what I'm pressing.
You've done good.
Yay. Right. There we go.
So I totally and utterly fought tooth and nail to find a work-life balance for freaking years. And the problem with balance is it implies that they have to be equal. And at no point in my life did I ever figure out that my work and my life were taking up equal amounts of my time, and I felt equally committed to each part of my life. So for me, I just can't view the balance because it doesn't balance. And like I said, for a long time, I kind of battered around with that. So for me, it is all about the work-life merge, how you manage to kind of combine both of them into, I'll use balance, but into a balance that swings between them, depending on where you are at the time. So for me, it's how you merge those bits of your life into being kind of part of your actual whole life. And again, and this might be partly because I run my own businesses, it may be different if you're in the corporate world where you might be able to switch off at a certain time. But for me, if I'm getting a message at 8 o'clock at night and I'm kind of reading my kids a story, it's the idea that they're never closed off. They're never kind of shut off in boxes in separate parts of a balanced act for me. It's all about how I read the message, carry on reading my kid's story, and then go back to that. So for me, it's how I make this work as one life rather than trying to separate it out in 2, because I could never manage that. So then I would end up beating myself up that I've spent more time in work today and I've hardly done this at home. And that idea that I was chasing something that was unattainable is why I can't use work-life balance as a thing, because I just don't believe they can ever be in the kind of balance that we're searching for. Does that answer your question? Like, how do you view it, Jodes? I don't know if you have a different feeling about it.
I've never really had a feeling about it. I know when it's not all right. Mm-hmm. And when it feels not all right, choose to do something about it. So like mine changes quite a lot. Sometimes I'll go through phases where, so obviously when we were getting ready to do Womanifest, I felt like it took over my life and actually emotionally almost derailed me. So I don't look at it in isolation of a moment in time or even a day or even a week. It's about over a broader period of time for me. So I had 3 months of like full on work, but then after it, I'm like, right, I'm having a wide berth to all of that for a good few weeks. And I just took it back like that. So for me, it's the work-life swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, Jodes just call it work-life flex. And I sort of feel like,
like work-life flex.
If that fits in your head, if that fits in your head, that's great. But that balance, I think it implies something that doesn't exist for me. It just implies that you can have them balanced, like sustainably. And I have never found how that's possible. Listen,
if you give it a little bit more thought, I'd probably ditch the work-life words, if I'm honest. It's my life. It's just my life. Yeah. I guess it doesn't have to have a term, does it? Just pick what you like and work with it. She says that's great. That makes sense. That makes sense. But if you want, Teresa, you have your version too. That's absolutely. But
that for me is that reason. I felt like I was chasing something that didn't exist. So moving it out of that to something else. Work-life choices is great.
There you go. A few nice suggestions there. Are there any other questions you want to ask before we go? Now, obviously, we're here tomorrow. We're here Wednesday. You don't just have to ask questions about that day. Yeah. So if it crops up for you overnight or when you're doing some of your work and you think, make sure you write that down. You can ask us at the next time that we're live. That's absolutely fine. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Have you, Rox?
Utterly. Like, it's gone on way longer, but we should know that our first day of boot camp always goes on longer because we jabber. We like to talk. We love to get to know you. So we love questions. Like, I'm sort of sat here a bit disappointed that there's not more questions.
But you know what? Over the moon at how much chatting we've done, especially for the first night. I always think the first night's always crickets.
Yeah. Oh gosh, no. There's been tons of people on live. I keep flicking back to the group. Yeah. Work-life blend, Joe. I say work-life merge, and that's kind of the exact same feeling that I'm like creating there. Is the idea that
just do stuff that makes me happy in the moment.
Yes. You're welcome, Sasha.
You're welcome. Franco, let yourselves go. Have a wonderful evening. We do.
Yes.
I have a secret, Paula. I plan it for this long, really. Just don't tell her because she's like, no, I'm not doing that. Once she's here, you can't run off, you see.
Once I'm here, I'm great. The whole like day leading up to, I've got to work tonight. And this like feeds in, and this is all right. This is what we kind of know about ourselves is I don't like working at night at all. I've got a call at like 6 a.m. one day this week. I am cool with that. I'm up at 5 most days. Nighttime, not my bag. Jodes, try and get her out of bed before 8. Utterly pointless. And that's all right. But it's that idea we're comfortable in ourselves and the stuff we like to be able to say that.
Apart from the fact she flipping texts me at 5:10 in the morning, I've had to like proper put me do not disturb on my phone now so she doesn't wake me up.
I have to do it at 8 p.m. when you text me at 8:30 at night. Well, it's the same. It's totally cool. But yeah, we like own our own shit enough for that to be all right by us.
Yeah.
So yeah. But Jodes won't let me do boot camp at 6 a.m. I don't fucking know why.
Do you know what? It'd be a good boot camp time, wouldn't it?
It would. It'd be great. We can't wait to see you all.
I'll give that a go if you want next time.
Should we see how if we get more people on? Never.
We'll try it.
Right. Go away. Seen you long enough now.
All right then.
All right.
Lots, everybody. We will see you tomorrow evening, same time, same place. Just head over here. Have a lovely night.
Yep.
See you later.
See you later, ladies. Thank you. Bye.